We have a little bit of an interesting task this morning that I'm gonna need to catch you guys up on some stuff before we go do this. So here's some footage I shot yesterday right before going and running a pretty significant errand. So you don't have a crate? I need to get one.
No.
Okay.
We had one, but it must have gotten borrowed or something.
I was gonna go check on the calf a bit before I leave. You wanna go out there?
Yeah.
Look at those fluffy polar goats. They've got their winter coats and they're looking super fluffy. Hey girls, hey goaty girls. Hey little darlings. Nestle girl. Nestle's starting to bag up. I guess they're like 4 weeks out now.
Feels like it's far, but it's not.
It's not far. It felt like it was far when we got Helen that she was gonna have her baby. You know, Hope's ready to get out of confinement. Her and Honey are gonna be out on the pasture today. Oh. Oh, hey, darling. Hey, pretty girl. What do you say? I wanted to get in here earlier, but I didn't because you weren't out here. Too nervous. I saw her this morning. It's definitely a girl. Hey, pretty. She looks like she has eyeliner on. Hey, precious. Hey, little darling. She's so cute. Hello, hallelujah. Hey, Hallie gal. Oh, my goodness. So we're extremely excited to have welcomed little Miss Hallelujah onto our farm, our first calf ever born here. But there's been something else in the works for the last couple of weeks that we haven't told you guys about. And I do feel kind of crazy. What do you think?
I pretty much predicted this.
Which is what?
That chicken math leads to calculus. What had happened was
we wanted a family dairy cow.
Sure.
So we got Hope, which she came with Honey.
Right.
Honey is a
half red pole,
which is kind of a dual purpose breed. So when we sat down and kind of made our plan, we knew we wanted to get a herd of beef cows, or at least multi-purpose, which we're working with our neighbors. We're gonna be doing some fencing over there and running some beef cattle over there in conjunction with them. So that's coming. That's something that we've wanted to do. Cattle has been something Maya's wanted to do for a really long time, but we didn't have space for it before. But then we got Hope and Honey. Mm-hmm. And we were like, man, having fresh milk is so good.
Yeah.
You have to rebreed them, you know, eventually. You could keep them in milk even for a while, but you want to rebreed them pretty timely and have them continuing to produce calves and staying in lactation. But you have to dry them off the last couple of months of their pregnancy to allow them to be in tip-top shape for giving birth to a new calf and continuing to be milked. So the thing is if you have one family cow, there's going to be a dry spell. You're going to not be getting milk from them. So we had thought when we got her, well, we'll get a second cow that we can stagger the breeding, right?
That's where Helen came in.
And that's where Helen came in. But Helen was bred to a really, really good bull.
With sexed semen.
With sexed semen. So it was a pretty sure shot. I mean, as good as you can hope for. There's always a chance it can go otherwise. But that we were going to get a heifer from her. Enter Hallelujah.
Right.
So Honey's going to go in with the beef herd. We had decided that we're going to go ahead. To be a mama. She'll be like a brood mama. And so we have Hope, Helen, and Hallie. 3 jerseys. And that's all we wanted. In fact, that's more than we wanted. But then we started thinking, because we really love calf sharing. We love the freedom that calf sharing gives you. So basically, when your cow calves, if you were to wean the calf and take it away, you have to milk morning and evening, day in, day out. You have to make sure the udder's drained, or else you risk infection or their supply going down. So having the calf on, it just gives you some freedom that if there were an emergency, you could just leave the calf in with the mom and not separate them. And it just gives you a little more flexibility. Well, Honey's like 10 months old. Like she's
800 pounds.
Yeah, she needs to be weaned. Like she needed to be weaned a few months ago, but I was nervous being a new cow owner and not super proficient at milking. And so it made me feel better to have Honey on to be able to drain Hope out if I didn't fully get everything and all that. So we started talking about it and we were like, well, right now, if we were to get another calf and graft on Hope.
To graft onto Hope.
Right. We can wean Honey. And then that same milk that right now is going to Honey, when Honey could be growing just fine on just hay and grass, we could be then growing another calf with the same milk, maintain the flexibility of calf sharing. Now, we don't really want another cow. Necessarily. But I found a calf.
A full bred Jersey.
A Jersey calf. And I bought her. Now I'm about to go pick up another cow.
Which is named? Oh.
I haven't decided what her name is yet. It's going to start with an H because that's getting very confusing. I'm married to it, so I'm going to ride that thing until it dies. And all of you, whatever you were guessing.
Did anyone actually guess right?
I think maybe like 3 or 4 people over the last month of hundreds of guessing actually guessed Hallelujah. But in all of your guessing, you gave me lots of great H names. Like Harriet and Hadassah. Hazel. And, I mean, so many.
There's a lot.
So many. So, I'm going to pick up this other calf.
I guess we'll just have to keep getting cows until we use up all those H names.
God, can you imagine? We're not going to do that. We're not going to have like a full Jersey dairy. I'm not trying to run a dairy. I really just want a home dairy.
Honestly, with this calf that we're getting, I think the initial plan will be grow her out.
Right, grow her up.
Till she's breedable.
Right, and probably breed her. Because really right now, the thing is that Honey is so big, I feel like it's a waste of gallons of milk a day to be allowing those to go into a cow that would thrive on grass at this point. And there are times that I don't feel like she's even that interested in nursing. I think she's kind of naturally starting to wean anyway. And I want to maintain calf sharing. We're planning on rebreeding Hope. We're going to wait a few months until she's going to be calving in the cooler weather because so hot here, you don't want your cows calving in the height of the summer because the bugs are so bad. This is going to give me a little more flexibility to graft this calf onto Hope. She's adopted calves in the past. So here's hoping that this works. All right. Well, Jackson's going to go with me. I'm going to go and get
another cow. I'll stay here and take care of the other cows.
All right. Good deal.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I went and got another calf yesterday. It's all just a lot, I do realize. Now, one of the things that's been important to us as we planned out and laid out this land was to not overtax it. So you may be thinking, that's a lot of cows on this land. And it is, but it's not too many, especially considering that within the next handful of months, Honey will be going over into the pastures next door. The goats, we're going to be moving into these woods. Also, with the goats, I have a friend that's moving to Tennessee, and she's going to be taking some of the girls that they're really just too good to waste them as brush goats. And since I'm not really planning on doing a whole lot of milking with the goats, I might keep maybe like 2 to milk, but I don't really need the milk. I think I'm gonna send them to her, a place where there'll be pets there also. So really the cows are gonna have this pasture, which is about 13 acres. And so today's task is that we are making our first attempt to graft our new orphan calf. She's a bottle baby. She's been on a nurse cow, so she knows how to suckle, which is really important if you're going to get a bottle baby. Even if they've been fed a bottle, as long as they have suckled, they usually that's a good thing. If you get a bottle baby that's only ever been fed a bottle, it can be kind of hard to teach them to nurse. Now, Hope has adopted calves before, but Hannah told me she's not gonna like it at first. So we're going to get her in the stanchion, which is now done, and that's what we were waiting on for this calf. And we're going to try to get this calf on her, and it's probably going to take a couple of days and maybe a little bit of heartache to get this going, because she might not like it at first. But as we graft this new calf on, we're going to be weaning Honey, and hopefully in a couple of weeks it will all be settled and we will still be calf sharing. And instead of pouring gallons a day of Hope's milk into a cow that's too old to even really need it to thrive, we can have Honey on grass and hay, the new calf growing out on the milk, still have the luxury of calf sharing, and hopefully we'll be glad that we chose to do this. She's so cute. All right. I don't get the impression she's been handled very much in the short little time of her life. Should we bring Hope in and put her on first?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Hold her in here.
Okay. Her eyelashes are like 1.5 inches long. She's so cute. No, no, no. This is Hope's, maybe her first time ever in a stanchion. So. Okay, so this was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. So Maya bought this bar. What's it called, Maya?
Cow can't kick.
Cow can't kick. So he did, cow can't kick. So he did some research, and this was what was heavily suggested to keep a cow from kicking. And all it does is it just clamps down, and it presses against this nerve that they kind of have to pull back to kick, and it keeps them from kicking. But she started nursing before he put that on, and Hope has not kicked at her once. So hopefully this is going to be pretty easy transition. Now, we will put her on the stanchion twice a day for her to eat. Nice stanchion.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
I feel like this is significantly easier. I mean, just it's a lot
less stressful.
Easier. Yeah. Helen's a little angel on the stand, turns out. Except she pooped.
Well, like I told you, you can't win them all.
Yeah. Yeah, the stanchion is nice. So Helen is not getting fully milked out right now. I milked out a little bit to relieve just the pressure because her milk is coming in. It's still largely colostrum, so the half gallon I milked today will go in the freezer. But I sprayed her down with this udder spray. It's got some different oils and stuff, but it soothes the edema. Because right now she looks like massively full, but she is full, but she's also really swollen. And especially in heifers, their first calving, they'll end up like bleeding real bad as their milk comes in because their like blood vessels pop. But Helen's not. She's calved before. She's had one baby prior to this. And so I just milked evenly out of each quarter. I've been texting my friend Hannah all morning getting cow advice. Overall, I'm very excited about this new milk setup. So the cows will come in here, get in the stanchion, and then we'll back them up and move it out here. So I've had a couple people ask, because this is kind of so close to the outside, about rain and all that, but this overhangs pretty well. Now, it's true that if there was like a really intense storm, that could possibly get blown in, but with the barn being right here and that overhang, even when it's raining, it doesn't really get very wet right here. We did it this way because it was the best with that entrance, with that exit, with this being the milk room. And so on the rare occasion that there might be a really bad storm, there's a possibility that some rain could blow in, but for the most part, I think it'll be okay. I was so stressed about this morning. I went and got that calf yesterday, and I'm still on the emotional high of Hallelujah being born. And so I was like, am I nuts? Like, what am I doing? But that was so easy. She just took to her immediately. Hope didn't kick at all. That was really nice. So we're gonna move forward with weaning Honey, and we'll feed this calf on the stanchion twice a day for the next probably a week. And then at that point, Hope will have accepted her. And Hannah was telling me that cows, it's so bizarre to me, but cows will hold back their cream for their own babies. But for the adopted calves, if they take on orphan calves, they'll be a nurse cow to them and feed them, but they don't hold back their cream when it's not their own calf, which I think is just so wild. But she was saying we'll probably start getting more cream out of Hope. So right now what I'll be doing is morning and evening coming out, I'll milk first and then put the calf on, because the calf probably got a lot of milk today. She drank a lot, and it might upset her tummy a little bit, but it'll be fine. She's got hay that she's picking at, and I won't do that again. I just wanted to put her on full just to make sure she ate, because she would not take a bottle last night. I was kind of having a moment of like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? All right, guys, it's the end of the day. I ended up putting the camera down to milk this morning, but we're about to bring Hope back up and put this little baby girl on here. So she does have a name. We're working out the nickname for it because Maya gave her a pretty big name. She's got a big moo. She came off of a dairy, and I got her from a guy. She is a Jersey, and she's very, very cute. Now, I don't have any papers on her, so I don't really know about her breeding. And I don't know, I'm not really that concerned about it because I'm really not planning on keeping her long term. Of course, we're saying that, and I'm trying to like not eat my words here, because if we like fall madly in love with her, you know, we've been known to keep animals that we fell madly in love with before. I wasn't really that concerned about her being super well bred. She's healthy, and that was the part that mattered the most to me. And she knew how to eat off a cow. That was the part that really mattered the most to me. So this morning, we put her on Hope when Hope was full, and she drank really too much milk. So she got a little bit of scours, which is fine. I know exactly what caused it. So I'll give her some probiotic paste, back off the milk a little bit. So this evening, I'm gonna put Hope on the stand, and I'm going to milk her first, and then let little Miss get on there. Maya gave her a really big name, actually, Hephzibah, which is from the book of Isaiah, and it means delight. And right now we're trying to settle on her nickname, whether we're gonna call her Heffy or Hepsy or what was the other one we talked about? Zizi. I'm kind of leaning towards Hepsy, but Benjamin's calling her Heffy, so that's probably gonna end up sticking. Hepsy and Hallie. They're gonna be best friends. All right, so this morning was our first time using the stanchion. Jeremiah had built it based on Helen's measurements.
Because she was in the stall.
Because she was in the stall. But Hope is a big girl.
She's a big girl.
And we had to add a little bit of length on the back because Hope's feet were just barely on this morning. So he built a second little platform and just put it on.
So what I could have done, so whenever my channel gets launched and you guys watch the video of me building this, I could have just not cut the 8-foot 4x4s.
Right.
Because I cut them off at 6, and I checked that with Helen, and it was perfect. When she was on the stanchion, it was perfect.
So he added the 2 feet back. Oh, somebody told me the other day, I liked it better when you had a garden. You didn't talk about calves so much. I was like, listen, girlfriend, I liked it better when I had a garden, but I am where I am. So I'm going to show you my cows because that's what I've got. They are consuming a lot of time. I was talking to my friend Hannah, and she was like, you know, This is going to be more hands-on for the next 2 weeks to bring this orphan calf in. But it's going to provide a lot of relief. In the next week or two, she'll be fine. She'll be like fully adopted. I can just put them out and treat it like normal and just, you know, put her up at night, milk Hope in the morning, and then put the calf on her for the rest of the day. And that's going to alleviate a lot for me, so I don't have to milk twice a day. Oh, so that, like, you clip them in behind them?
Yeah, and that way if Hope
decides to step back.
If she decides to step back, she'll feel this.
Yeah.
And that's the point, is to keep her from stepping.
Oh, okay. I can tell you that milking the girls on the stanchion this morning was very nice. It was very nice. Maya, are you so attached?
I'm pretty attached. She's wooed me.
She's wooed you. She does love you.
She was so nice on the stanchion today.
I have my big camera out here because I was shooting something else on the tripod. You guys gave me the feedback that you really liked the GoPro footage because you liked to be able to see the background behind me, which I totally understand. I mean, I'll shoot with this GoPro all day, every day, because this is a heck of a lot easier for me. It's so light compared to this monster. Bear, are you banished? Do you need through here, Noah? No? Okay. So I want to show you guys over here. I have no grid of how long this video is. When I shoot them in all one setting, I can tell you exactly how much footage I have, but it's all broke up. I have no idea. So if it's extra long, that's why. Here's my garlic and onion patch. I've got it mulched, so you can't really see much, but they'll pop up through there as they get nice and green here soon. I'm gonna put a sprinkler out here and just hook it right up into the well. There's some spouts right there, and run a sprinkler on this since we don't have the irrigation going yet. And here, this happened today. Dug the holes for the footing of the window greenhouse. The last window greenhouse we revealed, but this one we've already decided to kind of just vlog through the process. You can see, I'm sure that the spatial distance doesn't really convey, but it is 16 feet by 20 feet. So my old window greenhouse was 10 by 12. So this one is a good deal larger than that. And it's gonna be really, really pretty. I have no idea when that's gonna be done. Jeremiah thinks it's gonna be done really soon. I'm trying to rein myself in and manage my expectations. I am very excited about starting my seeds in it. I've tried not to think too much about it because I don't wanna put a lot of pressure on all of these things to get done all at the same time, because it's just so much happening at once that I'm trying to just maintain, like, being laid back and stuff. But I love starting seeds. I love the garden. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I feel like I've been on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster the last few days with my calf acquisition endeavors. I can confidently say that I'm not gonna be getting any more calves for a while. Oh, truly, like, we're gonna get through this, get this calf grafted on, get honey weaned, and then we'll just be back to morning milkings and building gardens. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I bless you. Until next time.